Greetings and welcome to the stream. Playing Resistance Retribution for the PSP. I'm pretty much just, I already completed all the skill point challenges and unlocked all the skill point unlocks. So pretty much throughout the stream, I'm just going to be looking at all the art and the gallery items. And the videos, the extra videos that are unlocked on this from collecting everything and from all the intel and all the skill points that got completed throughout the game. Let's do this. All right, Chapter 1: The Guns of Rotterdam. Concept art. I was doing it on the previous stream, but the stream lagged out, so I'll be doing it again right now. This is where James Grayson was in the intro of the game. I'm really like happy that they added female characters, and they really made sure that the first female you meet in the game is super attractive. I love it. It's all the artwork from the mission in Rotterdam, and like bonus artwork pieces that shows you how some of these things were created. Some of these fighting cruisers or like battleships are like either drones or they're being driven by Chimera, or there's Chimera in each one of these battleships. I think you see some of these fly throughout the map. It's just kind of hard to like see. I think some of them are flying in like some of the when you complete the mission after you when you load a level, it like shows one of these ships fly throughout the cutscene, or like when it says mission complete, you can see them flying in the background. It's like probably early artwork of James Grayson. It would have been nice to see Parker in one of the cutscenes in a different outfit. Again, pretty much every female character in the Resistance games is just super attractive. Yeah, they were taking a lot of ideas from. Let's see. You can see how it changed over time for the character's artwork, because all the way on the right, it kind of reminds me of Mallory. Yeah, this James Grayson with the fishing hat, to being in the scuba diving outfit, to just looking like a regular person. Yeah, they got really creative with how they're gonna make him look. Man, this is the only artwork where Rain Bouchard has long hair. Yeah, they really got creative with how she would look throughout the game. Seeing her with long hair, just whether it be, she's still super attractive with the long hair itself. The outfit is different, and the soldiers in the background are, I think, the same, or they might have different outfits. I could be wrong here. The mission intro, you don't see this part in the game itself. You kind of just see the outside of the prison, not really the inside. It would have been nice to see some area of the game like this, just random prisoners going into the prison, I guess. These are either prisoners or soldiers because they're formed up in the line. I see a soldier at the end, but I don't know who's in the middle. Yeah, with the area where you fly into the first mission. Nothing but Goliaths and like Goliaths, the gun tower, Chimera shooting in the air, explosions all over the map, into like aircrafts like flying out of the sky. Just they added a lot into the map. You can see how some people were still. Some of the stuff people were doing before the Chimera showed up were still around doing normal things as humans. It would have been nice. It would have been nice to see some of these areas in the game, though. Pretty sure I remember this is where the leapers like popped out of. Yeah, this is the area. Oh yeah, and then those containers you see right there is pretty much these are the containers that the Chimera like get pretty much the Chimera get dropped off into battle when their dropships like deploy them into the battlefield. It's like a container that just holds like at least 10 to 15, maybe 30 of these Chimera. Yeah, this is the area where you fight the two Titans. Of course, Mallory is gonna. There's Mallory and James Grayson. Let's see. I really love the interaction that they have when trying to destroy one thing at a time. When they deploy the ammunition or something like that for the gun tower itself. Yeah, there's just a lot of like areas that really connect with the gun tower itself. Yeah, you can really see how James Grayson really fits into these missions because you're just trying to destroy something. There has to be at least 4 to 5 of these gun towers around the area. it's really like it's really like incredible or like amazing that the Chimera were able to get these things built within 2 weeks. Somehow they were able to build all this within 2 weeks, which is amazing. Yeah, they must have had a lot of like Titans and like Chimera and drones itself. Like, and that's what I'm saying. That's where like I wish the menials were added into the game, because I can tell that the menials played a part in this, because they're the ones that are constantly working non-stop. Okay, that's the concept art. Guns of Rotterdam. Yeah, the audio is like in different parts of the mission. I remember that theme in the intro of the game. Bonus movies. The saga of James Grayson begins when he joins the Maquis in their fight to retake the European continent. I'm pretty sure this is if I remember from the previous stream, this should be the intro, or like the. It might as well.
I had heard of Grayson, of course. Everyone had, leading up to those days before the fall of the London Tower. We all knew how it had begun. The night of the 15th of May, 1951. The night that James Grayson's life changed forever.
Where's Lieutenant Grayson? Who's going there? Johnny! No! No!
No. Johnny.
Sarge, in here!
Grayson, what the hell's the matter? For Christ's sakes, what is he?
It's his brother.
Johnny.
Oh, God, not him! Get him out of here!
Why? Oh, Jesus.
Oh. Grayson, you know the regs. We can't let him live.
I know the regs, damn it.
His brother's death had sent Grayson over the edge. Grayson deserted his unit and went on a vendetta to destroy every Chimera conversion center he could find.
Where the hell's your lieutenant? Where's Grayson?
We don't know, sir.
What do you mean you don't know?
We can't find him.
It was his brother, sir. He found his brother.
He just went crazy.
He's gone.
Damn it. Follow me.
I didn't meet Grayson personally until the trial, months after the fall of the Chimera Tower in London. Cartwright, as his commanding officer, had been called to testify. He became a hero to many, but desertion in time of war is a capital offense, and the law would make no exceptions. Grayson would have died in that prison, but for the intervention of an extraordinary woman.
On your feet, Private. Grayson, I said on your feet.
Rats in here keep getting bigger and bigger.
It's all right, Major. I can handle this.
Right. We'll be just outside.
Private Grayson. My name is Rain Bouchard. I'm with the Marquis.
I know who you're with.
I am here to request your assistance.
The Resistance. The Resistance. You swam all the way across the channel, did you? Here to beg for help.
Our mission is top secret. How did you know about this?
Word gets around. We take out the tower in London, you want help with yours. Where is it? Paris? Berlin?
Paris. But I am sure you knew that as well.
So why are you in here? Doing some last-minute sightseeing before heading back to France.
You tell me.
You want to know about the conversion centers? I told you. Word gets around.
How many centers have you destroyed?
You want me to tell you everything I've seen? Everything I know before I stop 7 or 8 bullets in front of a firing squad? Is that it?
No, actually. So you don't know everything. I am here to offer you a reprieve.
So I get to be a grunt, working for the Marquis, taking orders from frogs and abroad. No thanks, sister.
You'd rather die? Here? Executed by your own people? What happened to you, Grayson? I've read your file. So you lost your family. Look around. We've all lost family.
Look, what do you want to know? All right, yeah. I burned down some of their shithole conversion centers. So what? They're done. The menials, the Greyjacks, every damn one of them's gone. There's no more of us to replace them. The last center I burned out was already abandoned. The Chimera are dead.
Wrong again. That is twice if you're counting. They're hardly dead. They're evolving. My father has spent several years working with the Marquis, developing a serum. This serum that can stop the new conversion process. We are close, James. With your help, your experience, I can get the materials we need to finish it.
Tell Cartwright I want my brother's jacket back.
At the time, we had no idea why his brother's jacket was so important to him. We had no idea how Bouchard convinced Grayson. But he agreed to work under the authority of the Marquis and became an integral part of Operation Overstrike. The plan was simple. Our intelligence corps agreed to send 2 squadrons to help the Marquis headquartered in Luxembourg. Stephen Cartwright, a major in the British Royal Marine Commandos, would lead the 1st squadron. I would lead the 2nd squadron 4 hours later, but time was short. Over the past 3 years, the Chimera had been busy. Massive fortifications were being constructed all along the coastlines of Western Europe. Soon it would be impossible for anyone to get in or out. Our squadrons would use one of the few remaining open corridors through the Chimera defenses, a narrow strip over Rotterdam. Accompanied by the Marquis, our forces would cross Chimera lines into Luxembourg and then on to Paris. But we discovered too late that the Marquis were wrong.
Alright, that was a plea for help. On to the making of character art. A look at mesh and textures for characters used in the Rotterdam levels. There was the Cloven, then we got James Grayson. Oh yeah, Rain Bouchard. I love it. It would be nice if they could at least have multiplayer skins for them in like the PS3 games for like Resistance 2 and Resistance 3. That would have been really nice to add. Making of terrain art. A look at mesh, lighting, and textures using the Rotterdam levels. It's the areas you ran through in the game. So this is how it looks like, and then they add the... oh wow. Let's see... and then they form the whole level. Wow. Oh, what's up, Ziggy? Ziggy Phase, I'm just looking at the skill point unlocks right now. Give it a moment. Animatic plea for help. An animatic for the scene where Grayson has to kill his brother. You can see how close the final render is to the early concept. Since the stream lagged out the last time, I'm gonna relook at all the concept art and extra video files. It's car right.
Hey! We got a live one in here! Oh, Johnny! Oh! No! No. Johnny.
Sarge, in here.
They're all car right.
What the hell's the matter? For Christ's sakes, what is he?
It's his brother.
Johnny. Oh, God, not him!
Get him out of here.
Why? Jesus.
Grayson, you know the regs. We can't let him live.
I know the rigs, damn it.
Major Cartwright. Evolution. Behind the scenes movie showing how a variety of assets evolve over the course of development. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the early concept art for James Grayson. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the final version of James Grayson. Oh yeah, the menials. So it was a female menial to now a boiler. Oh yeah, I really wish we got to see this in the actual game. They should have just kept it, or actually, they should have just put both of these, because they put the Siren Fury. I wish you could just put both of them in the game. That'd have been really nice. Instead of just one underwater chimera, you can fight at least two. That was Chapter 1, The Guns of Rotterdam, August 30th, 1951. On to Chapter 2, Filling the Void, September 1st, 1951. Going with concept art. Conversion facility. The Chimera mech hammer. It's kind of like a different version from the Stalker, I guess you could say, but it's pretty much just something the Chimera can like control, I guess you could say. The early parts of the game, where Rainbow Shot had in the cutscene she had the carbine rifle, then, or she had the 303 Storm rifle, or pretty much the carbine rifle, I guess you could say. Then all of a sudden, when you look at her in the gameplay, or like zoom in on her, she has a razor now, or a bullseye, I guess you could say. Inspired by James Grayson. They was probably going to put that in Resistance Retribution too before they cancel it. Oh yeah, I wish they would have went through with it and just added everything that they didn't use. It would have made the game that much more freakier. Oh yeah, the areas where you climb through to get to the Bond facility. Let's see, we got... I like how they use the real people instead of... like, you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but the people on the floor right there are humans. They're not Chimera. I guess to figure out how many Chimera they can put in the map. Yeah, just seeing this whole thing right here, it would be insane of how the Chimera were using this whole area to, I guess you could say, create the drones and like energy sources. Because the whole city right there is just literally, the Chimera just left the city and just built around it. Rain and Grayson relationship. Pretty much. Yeah, look at that. The whole city is just left and the Chimera just built around the whole city. Just those little details in the game where Rain is inspired by James Grayson. She uses it's the only time you see her use a bullseye or a razor. Let's see that part. It's one of the parts in the game where you're running through the area. Oh, this is the area. This is the area where James Grayson could have used the explosives, but he didn't. And Rain got taken away by a Siren or Fury. The Siren Fury. Like I said in during the other streams, James Grayson could have saved her at this point right here by using the explosives as fast as possible. But again, Rain Bouchard would have probably just came back to this conversion center and just got herself infected anyways. it adds more intensity to the story when you know, when she gets taken away just like that. So I'm glad they went with this route. It just made the story that much more insane. Now James Grayson is swimming through everywhere just to find her. Yep, she will still be infected. So in this scene right here, it would have been nice to at least have the other like chimera. They should have made a movie about this game, pretty much. That would have actually like brought more craziness to the actual like game itself, because now you have a movie for the entire game series. Yeah, they could have just added everything into that movie from the game itself that they didn't use. So yeah, I wish they could have included that fish chimera, the one with the mohawk. Like literally, he tries to drown you rather than like fire at you. Just like first person point of view of him drowning you. Man, I love that. It's like parts of the reactor that James Grayson was gonna plant the explosives around right here. I think it was here, but I think this is a really concept art. Oh yeah, this is the area where you fight the Siren Furies. The area where Rainbow Shot was injected, I guess you could say, and then they try to transform her as fast as possible. And then all the boilers were attacking her because I guess the vial that her father, I guess, injected her with, either after or before, or when she was given the vial, I guess. Pretty much there's a reason why the boilers were attacking her in the spot. Because I guess somewhere in the conversion process where she was getting infected, I think the Chimera could see her somehow controlling the others. I guess thanks to her father giving her the serum or some type of serum that would cause her to become the Chrysalis Queen, Chimera Queen. It's very insane how the story goes. She was the boss the whole time. The control levers for some of the areas. Yeah, Chimera lever right there. I love the fish camera right here. It's the middle one that they were gonna try to use, or mainly use the most. The one on the left, it reminds me of a lionfish. I think the one on the right has its face, but it doesn't have the spikes. And then the one in the middle is the one they went with. I wish they could have included it in the game. It doesn't shoot at you, it tries to drown you. Man, that would have been crazy. It's like amazing how much they could have added to the game itself. Yeah, they had that lever we had to pull in the abandoned processing center in the Paris catacombs. Yeah, there's more concept art on this one because it has fins on its side. They got more creative as time went on, then they just, for some reason, decided to use the Siren Fury. Current design of the power switch. It's the green one on the right. Looks like it's one of the core reactors. Or like the... Yeah, like one of the reactor control thingies. Kinda... Yeah, the early design for the power cell, I think it was. Yeah, right here. Went from this to that. I guess to make it more easier to hit this thing in the game. Just like this one power cell causes the biggest explosion, one of the biggest explosions in the game, because sometimes the Chimera are nowhere near it and they still get hit. Oh yeah, the whole river's, so I guess they're gonna show off the whole river being cut off. But I guess they kind of like didn't want to show it, or like couldn't find a way to show it off without Grayson going up top, I guess. This is how the whole river looks like from the outside, but I guess they wanted to show it on the inside. The early design for James Grayson is like, yeah, they gave him like the Nathan Hale outfit, but try to make him look completely different than Nathan Hale, because he has a backpack and like kind of the same gear as him. But I guess they switched it up because it was going too much in the direction like Resistance Fallen Man. Oh yeah, the longbow. And then it's kind of hard to see, but the Serpa logo is right there at the top. Man, this weapon is just like nothing but power. Okay, that's the art, concept art. See the audio files. I'm pretty sure this plays throughout the mission. It's the main one of the main menu theme songs. The bonus movies. What I really, like I said in the previous stream when I was looking at all this, I wish they could have added the Cloven's like shrine like music that's being played. Like the two different versions, the one without the words and the version with the words. Like it plays you can choose whether to play it throughout the main menu or not. That would have been, I would have loved that. Because I'll be playing that theme song all day. Desperate mission. James Grayson, Rainbow Shard, and Roland Mallory prepare to infiltrate the Chimera facility beneath Bonn. So, since I'm looking at all the stuff throughout the files, the artwork and the music, might as well look at the movies. Alright, here we go.
Grayson destroyed the Chimeran anti-aircraft gun, opening a window for the 2nd Squadron. Within hours, we were able to pass through, bringing supplies and reinforcements. At a makeshift command center on the outskirts of Rotterdam, plans were quickly drawn up and assignments made. Cartwright would lead a task force to the south to intercept a Chimeran earth mover that was heading towards Luxembourg. I would take the remainder of 2nd Squadron to Luxembourg, where plans for the attack on Paris were being finalized. Grayson would accompany Bouchard to Bonn, under the command of Marquis Colonel Roland Mallory. Scouts investigating the dried-up Rhine River discovered a massive Chimera facility at Bonn. Carriers were spotted outside the structure's dome. Bouchard and her father had been studying the Chimera conversion process for months. The raw materials used to create new menials, human bodies, had become scarce after the initial invasion. Hybrids, menials, and greyjacks had already begun to vanish by June 1951. All over Europe, the original conversion centers were found abandoned, in the process of being dismantled by Chimera drones. But this did not mean the Chimera were dying out. Marquis scouts were reporting intensified activity at new Chimera conversion facilities. How were they operating? Where were new raw materials coming from? Bouchard, with Grayson's help, intended to find out.
Roland, grab my notebooks. What are you going to do with that? What are those for? You think you're going to blow that up?
Something like that?
Look, Grayson, you are here because of your field experience. I need you, but we are here to find out what they are doing. You British, always wanting to blow things up. It will not work here.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Look around all you want, but when you're done, this place is going up.
En marche! Let's move out! Come on, Tommy. I want you in front of me.
Right, those desperate missions. The making of character art. Look at the mission textures for characters using the bond levels. Oh, it's Parker. Oh yeah, she's super attractive. Of course, they put, like I said in the previous stream, they put the Chimera Angel right next to her. Chimera itself. I really love the final designs they gave for these characters in the Chimera. The making of terrain art. They look at the mesh and lighting and textures used in the bond levels. Oh yeah, Parker. Yeah, she's super attractive. Almost pretty much every female in the game is just... They made sure to make him super attractive so he can keep focused on the game. Alright, those making of terrain art. Oh yeah, the early trailer. This is one of the first trailers made for the game. Note that Grayson's final look had not yet been established. Here we go.
On July the 11th, 1951, the Americans launched an assault on the eastern coast of England. At least in Britain, the Chimera were defeated. The Chimera launched an attack that overwhelmed all of Europe in a matter of weeks. As we attempt to reverse engineer the complex technologies we find, the mystery of the Chimera only deepens.
the date of the game said 2007. So they were gonna make the PSP game somewhere around after Resistance: Fall of Man, a year later. It would have been nice to see the game in like first person in some of the areas, which would have made the game that much more freakier and crazier. Man, I love it. But it also tells you that they took their time making Resistance Retribution into what it is now with James Grayson, Ray Bouchard, Parker, James Cartwright, Roland Mallory, and and other characters in the game. Red shirts are bad. The voice actor ad-libs a great line when he's asked to record a few lines where a British soldier dies over and over again. Red shirts are bad.
Wait. Am I the guy in the red shirt? Fuck! Yeah, you go to your wardrobe fitting that day, you're like, so this isn't recurring.
That's it. That's it. That was the whole red shirts are bad. And that was chapter 2, Filling the Void, September 1st, 1951. Now on to chapter 3, Scars Run Deep, September 2nd, 1951. It's the trenches. So yeah, the barrier were, I guess, the beginning, like scenes for the construction zone. I guess I'm pretty sure this is the first image in the for the video of the game when you're entering the cutscene for the construction zone. And this is like after the game ends. The battleships are just flying over to America, where the entire the Chimera battleships are fully formed and the fleet is flying pretty much over everything and destroying everything. This is one of the, I guess, mini like drones or stalkers in the game that we never got to see. Yeah, because it slowly turns into, turns into a Chimera Hammer mech. Then they make it then they make it taller. Literally, the Earth Mover right here is the size of a city, or like a mini, or like half the size of. It's pretty much the size of a city, like half of a city, I guess you could say. Because if this is how the outside looks, then yeah, it was making. I'm not surprised the construction zone was built so fast. This is sick. It's incredible. Yeah, all these battleships that were being built were like, I guarantee you in the matter of a month, these things were built. Or maybe 2 months, I'm guessing. I really wish they kept the menials around so that they could like, it shows that the menials are still in the game and like, they're the ones that constantly work on these things. I guess due to this, I'm guessing because of this art right here, they were gonna probably go with that idea, but because okay, one on the left, it's skinny, but it looks like it can jump, kind of like the slip skull, and the one on the right looks like the type to be. I feel like it's gonna. Looks like a monster, the Earth Mover. The chubby one on the right, to my guess, is I'm gonna guess they're gonna try to use these type of chimeras to work on the ships. They're kind of like hanging from parts of the ship, fixing them and putting parts on the ship. Because the parts that they have on their back is not the regular like cooling unit heat stacks on their back. I guarantee you these ones can jump all over the place. And with this concept art right here, we got the menials, and I'm pretty sure the one on the right, because I'm looking at the pants, and that's like literally these steelhead pants. I really wish they could have kept some of the menials, or like showed off some of the menials in the game. Because it would have like added a little bit to the game from like Fall of Man into the PSP. Yeah, it will be hard to beat. Scars run deep. Oh yeah, these are the ones right here. And the ones we were talking about, and how we're wishing these chimera were put in the Paris catacombs. So, based on the so the one on the left is based on the anatomy of a praying mantis. Yeah, that one's gonna do pretty much all of these right here will do a lot of damage. I wish you could fight them in first person. That will just make them that much more. How much it make the game more freakier. And the second one is based on the mandibles of a stag beetle and the mouth of a lamprey. And then the one on the right, based on the anatomy of an emperor scorpion. I feel like the Chimera would have just like started making like crazy designs and just put them into the Paris catacombs just to attack and eat whatever's around the area. And of course, James Grayson is in the area. This will make it look like where nightmares live. I probably this is where that's probably the area where they're gonna put these three at. Because yeah, they're getting creative with these designs for these for those three right there. Because this one is the version of the praying mantis chimera. This is at the end of the game again, where the battleships are flying over everything and going to America. Pretty much where like I guess you could say parts of Resistance 2 are taking place. The different versions of the Stalker and the Chimera Hammer mech. Oh yeah, this is how it was gonna. So yeah, this is how it's gonna look like in Resistance: Rise of the Chimera. Yeah, because I'm guessing they're kind of rushing into the game, and they decided to take their time with it and add more to the game and characters. Because that's the James Grayson right there. That's the trailer outfit he has on. So yeah, they really switched it up when they finally released the game. Let's see. It's the area in the construction yard where you take out the power cells. Oh yeah, where the Chimera Hammer mech gets destroyed. Looks like this is where you grab the turret, or you face the. This is before you face the two Titans. And this is the area where you fight the Titans. It's firing up in the sky. Of course, it's attacking either a drone or a turret. Oh yeah, we're nothing but lava and like lava drones. And you got the elevator conveyor belt right there. You're just having to fight along that thing. I can't wait to see the Paris Catacombs part. Oh yeah, I love that one. Pretty much all the materials that were pretty much for the dropships and the battleships are like literally in this construction yard. Oh, here we go. The Earth Mover. I can see the health bar in the bottom left, where James Grayson is shutting it down by himself. Literally, you're fighting a Chimera Hammer and mech and a bunch of boilers, and trying to get by. It's very tricky, especially if you're playing on the most extreme difficulty. Just nothing but lava in these trenches, and it's like right next to the battleships. Yep. Yes, she did. Yes, she picked him up. Yes, she picked him up. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. All right. So yeah, since I see the dropships and the battleships right next to the lava, I can see how the drones are constantly working on these things and keeping the materials flowing. It'll be nice to see some menials working around this area. Chapter 3, Scars Run Deep, September 2nd, 1951. Audio files. The Earth Mover. Retribution. The main theme song of the game. It's pretty much the main theme song of the game. I am the Earth Mover. Give it a moment. The stream is lagging a bit. So on to the bonus movies. Like I was saying, the reason why Retribution, the main theme song, is in the construction zone is because yeah, those battleships for the Resistance 2 game is built right here. The Resistance 2 game is built right here, and pretty much where I guess you could say parts of Resistance 2 are gonna